Alright, so let's look at finding equations of ellipses. I'll have several videos, check them all out. I'm trying to hit everything you would come across. So let's look at this. We've got the ellipse. It's in the form x squared over a squared plus y squared over b squared equals 1, where a is greater than or equal to b, which is greater than 0. Foci plus or minus c 0, and c squared is equal to a squared minus b squared, and vertices plus or minus a 0. Alright, and this the vertices, this negative a0 to a0, this line segment that joins these, this is called the major axis, and then the line segment that joins 0b and 0 negative b, that would be the major axis. Notice, and this is what's important here, is the a is larger than b, so the larger number will be under x in this case, and you can see it, the larger axis is going horizontal. And then if we have an ellipse, x squared over b squared plus y squared over a squared equals 1, notice a is larger, so now the larger one is underneath y. It has foci 0 plus or minus c, okay, and c squared is equal to a squared minus b squared, and the vertices are 0 plus or minus a. So this would be your major axis here, and this would be the minor axis. Now another thing, notice here that these ellipses here, the center is at 0 0. Okay, now you may have an ellipse where the center is not at 0 0. So how would that look? Well, it would look similar to this, but the equation would be like this: x minus h squared over a squared plus y minus k squared over b squared equals 1. And then for this one, it would be similar: x minus h squared over b squared plus y minus k squared over a squared equals 1. So this is what you're going to have to pay attention to. Okay, you'll have to really watch that to get the center, and know how which way the major axis is. Okay, we look for the larger number. All right, so let's look at some examples. Alright, so let's look at this example. Find an equation of the ellipse with the given condition. Foci 0, 2 and 0, 6. Vertices at 0, 0 and 0, 8. Alright, so let's make a quick sketch of it to just kind of get an idea of what we've got here. Alright. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, we don't even really need those. Alright, so let's plot these points. I'm going to do the foci in blue. So we got 0, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 0, 6. And then we've got the vertices at 0, 0 and 0, 8. So we can see that the major axis is vertical. Okay, so we know our parabola, not parabola, but ellipse is going to look something like this. Okay, all right, so we can see here that the center is not at 0, 0. Okay, so to find the equation of the parabola, well, we know that the equation is what? X squared plus y squared Now, it's over a squared and b squared. But remember, since this is the major axis is vertical, remember that the a squared is going to be under the y squared and the b squared is going to be under the x squared. Okay, because a is going to represent the major axis. And then also we know, we know where the a and the b are under. The b's under the x, the a's under the y, but this is not centered at 0, 0, so this part's going to be a little bit different too. This is actually going to be what, x minus h squared over b squared plus y minus k squared over a squared, and that equals 1. Alright, so we're going to need the center. Okay, and let's see, what do we know? We know what a is. Well, we can figure out a, and actually we'll have to figure out what c is, and then we'll need our center. That's the information we're going to need, because once we get c, we can use that equation to figure out what b is. Alright, so, well, the center is going to be the middle of this. Okay, so, well, we know from here to here is 8 units, right? So the middle would be 4 units. So the center is going to be right here, and the center is going to be the point 0, 4. So we've got our center is 0, 4. So as far as a goes, well, how far are the vertices from the center? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4 units. So I know a is 4. And then how many units are the foci from the center? Well, it's 1, 2. So I know c is 2. And so now we can use the formula c squared equals a squared minus b squared. So let's see, c is 2, so that's 2 squared equals 4 squared minus b squared. So if I move the b squared over here, that's 4 squared, which is 16, minus move the 2 squared over. Well, 2 squared is 4, so I get b squared equals 12. And so now I can write down my equation. So there's, look at there, there's a, there's b squared. Okay, here's h, and here's k. So let's plug all this in. So I get x minus 0 squared over b squared. Well, b squared is 12, plus y minus 4 squared over a squared. Well, a is 4, so a squared would be 16. And then I would rewrite this as x squared. And this would be your answer. So I hope that helped. Check out my other videos. Give me a like, share, and subscribe. And thanks for watching.